And I'm Sharonda.
And this is Until Forever. This is a relationship podcast where I thought we were supposed to say Until Forever at the same time.
We've not done
But
that in a while.
we haven't done it in a while. But I feel so lonely when I say it by myself. And I say, you all catch it too. I'll be like, and this is Until, you know how I do that means she's supposed to come with, this is Until Forever. And I enunciate all my, is that how you say it?
Enunciate.
That's what I said.
Okay.
Where we don't claim to be experts or gurus, but we are hoping that we could be a help to somebody, and we are always open to help.
We're very open.
For us.
We're very open to it, aren't we?
Have you ever tried to stare at your partner, at your wife, and then when she look at you, you look away real fast, but then she keep looking at you, just waiting for you to look, and you can't say nothing, so you gotta have that look on your face.
Okay. Let's get started. Okay.
So today, we are going to talk about some topics of discussions. What is the name of it?
Okay, so about 3 weeks ago, the Today Show came out with the story 10 Signs You're in a Healthy Relationship According to Experts.
Experts. That's funny. Okay.
Okay, so number 1, you're genuinely happy for each other. In general, partners in a healthy couple take joy in each other's happiness and success. I think we talked about that before.
I think we have, and I think we even touched on it a little bit last week about being genuinely happy for each other. I think it is extremely important, and I do think it brings a element of health to your relationship. It makes it a healthy relationship when you can really genuinely. But can you make yourself genuinely do something? Like, is it genuine if you're forcing it?
I don't know what you mean by forcing it.
Okay, so
how do you force yourself to be happy for somebody?
That's what I'm saying. So is that a red flag? Is that, I know we're talking about being happy, and we're talking about successful relationships and things, all that. What's that look? I've seen it.
I mean, because if someone's not genuine, you're going to be able to tell.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell. Absolutely can tell. But, like, think about that. Because it says, go back to that. Because we need to really unpack that real quick.
You're genuinely happy for each other.
In general, partners.
The reason why it's so important is because in so many couples, they're almost in competition, or there's jealousy, or there's resentment. Bronstein says.
Wow.
And those are all relationship killers.
So, this is light. I don't think Sharonda is jealous of me. I'm definitely not jealous of her. But in the past, because right now we're in a weight loss journey together, and we're both doing incredible. As a matter of fact, there's an outtake I might put on this episode. We just said, but I ain't gonna, you want me to do it?
I don't know what outtake you're talking about, but let's continue.
Let's continue. Okay. So there's man, my brain, I just lost it. What was I saying?
Let's focus on competing against one another.
Boom. So what we would do, like I would have a fantastic start. And I don't know why, but I feel like it's easier for men to lose weight than it is for women. I don't know if it's our makeup or what, but I would like jump out the gate trying to lose weight, and she would see a difference in me, and then she would start and she would not see any results, and she would get disappointed because she's looking at me and seeing that I'm having success in that area and she's not. So then, she'll start feeling away. And I'm not saying that's jealousy, but I'm saying that is kind of similar to how you can be genuinely happy, or you can look at your partner and be like, dang, why are they getting promotions after promotions? I know what he do. He leave his socks on the floor. He ain't successful at home, so he going to work You go to work and find out all that success, and you know, then you sitting here like, and I still got the same bosses, still getting on my nerves, and I can't seem to stretch out in my career to where I want, but I'm seeing him being successful. I think that is saying something there. What do you think?
Um, I just don't see how you can fake being happy for your significant other. I feel like when you're genuinely happy, you're cheering them on, you're encouraging them to jump and take leaps and do new things, so that it helps them and it grows whatever endeavors or dreams or goals they have.
So I think just to sum that part up, I think I think that it is a red flag. Honestly,
We're not talking about red flags.
I know it, but I'm saying I just felt there's something there. I'm telling you something there. So I'm just saying that when it comes to being in a relationship with someone, if you have to force yourself to be happy for that person, then maybe there's something in you that needs to be addressed.
Yeah, you're probably not ready for a relationship.
Boom! You're not ready.
If you're in competition with somebody that you're supposed to be partnering with in life,
right,
then you're probably not ready for a relationship.
when I win, you winning. When you succeeding, I'm succeeding
Yeah.
because we're in this thing together.
Yeah.
And if your mind isn't there, that is the key indicator that you. I know that's not what we're supposed to. I just because this is for somebody.
But you said you want to go through the list.
I know, we
so
going.
we running out of time.
We just started. What you mean you run out there?
It's 10 things.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna keep going. Just know that, okay? Just for real. Like check yourself. You may need to step back and figure that thing out before you come together. Boom.
Okay, number 2. Your relationship is thriving, not just surviving. A good relationship is one that evolves over time and isn't stuck in the same old, same old. Quote, this means that you are an active participant in the relationship. The relationship is growing. It's not just staying stagnant.
Mm-hmm. I don't like that one.
Why not?
Well, do you like it? You go first.
I don't get it because sometimes you're gonna get in your zone where it's like everything's good and we're coasting because trust me, something's coming. Something's gonna happen. And so I enjoy the coasting seasons where everything's good. We haven't had any big arguments. Everyone's healthy. Kids are doing good because gosh, we've only been married 11 years, but I think we've talked about this enough where it's like something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like I was telling, the topic I wanted to go with for this episode was perfection is an illusion. But I think we could just keep that in the back of our minds while we're going through these. Perfection is totally an illusion. And so to say that if your relationship's not thriving and constantly changing, like I'd be like, well, who are you? Like, because you're going to naturally change and grow over time. But if we can't even just have like a coasting season, then it's no stabilization there.
Sometimes progress looks like stagnation.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're going, because we've had issues where we were having the same argument over and over again. I wasn't feeling like she was understanding it. She felt like she was understanding it and was making changes and doing things that needed to be done. And we just kept coming to this, where we were butting heads on this one particular issue, and it just kept coming around and coming around and coming around. And eventually it got to where every time Sharonda was like, well, how many times are we going to have this argument? How many times are we going to keep circling back here? I think that progress looks like you won't stop trying. I think that.
I don't think that's what they're saying.
What are they saying then?
They're saying like getting through the day. If you just find yourself just getting through the day, it could be a sign of trouble. That's surviving. That's not living. That's not thriving with each other.
Okay. Well, to me,
they're not talking about patterns. They're not talking about hashing out an issue because it's always an issue. They're not talking about always going to date night at the same restaurant. Like they're not talking about that. They just mean like you're just like. Do you remember on Couples Retreat with Adam Sandler, where it's that one? It's not Adam Sandler, is it? Couples Retreat though. And it's
Vince Vaughn.
Yes, Vince Vaughn, and it's the couple. They're friends, and they were just like trying to coast through until their daughter graduated from high school, and then they were like, "We're getting a divorce," and everybody thought their marriage was perfect, but they were just kind of putting up the front, like, "Let's just get through this till she's grown." Okay. I feel like that's what they mean. Like,
no.
I committed myself, and I'm gonna get through this, but I don't really enjoy this marriage.
Okay, I feel that, but I feel like that is the extreme of what that is. When I hear that your relationship is thriving, not just surviving. When I hear that, I'm thinking you're not in a successful relationship unless you're thriving in your relationship. I'm saying that there are seasons of thrive, and there are seasons of this is tough. We need to figure this out. And both
I
of
get
them,
it. I don't agree with the thing.
Right.
I feel like there's more meat to it. Like, you have to really dive into something like that.
To me, both of them are successful as long as you meet, or as long as you ain't going. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
How long are you gonna stay?
Forever. Oh boy.
Until what?
Okay. Next one. You enjoy new experiences together.
Y'all see how she be playing me? Y'all see how she be playing me?
There's a lot of truth to the old expression, couples that play together stay together. Throughout the years, in terms of keeping up the relationship, that's what successful couples have. They experience new experiences together.
We be playing, don't we?
I don't know what you mean.
I like that. I like that one because I put the emphasis on together.
Yes.
Together.
It's no fun if you're doing a new experience by yourself or with a group of other people, because this is the bond that you want to keep going. So
I don't want nothing new that don't include and I know this ain't about red flags. But if your significant other keeps wanting to experience new stuff, but you got to stay at home, I think y'all need to have some conversations.
Definitely.
Something ain't right.
Yeah.
I just won't do this for me. I just want this for me. And that's okay to have your thing. I get that.
It's okay to have your thing, but I feel like you should want to share it with the person you love.
Bruh, I'll be playing PlayStation and I'll be like a boss. I want Sharonda to see it. She don't want to look at it. But I'll be wanting her to see it. I'll be like, come up here, look at what I'm doing. I just won Fortnite. Come look at this. And she just be like,
seriously? Don't do anything.
or you'll patronize me. Is it patronize or patriots?
Oh, here we go.
Which one is it? Patronize?
Patronize.
Patronize?
Yes.
I think it's patronize.
No, patron is someone who pays. Patron.
I'm talking about.
Okay, patronize. And I don't patronize you. I do come and sit here and watch you play the game.
She'd be like,
no, I don't.
Good job. You the blue one? Good job. He's all right.
Really exaggerating.
See you later. She'll walk out the room and I'll just be sitting there like.
Totally exaggerating. Don't do that.
But I do. Every new experience, every fun experience, if she's not around, I feel like it wasn't completed. Like it's not the same if she's not included in that. If something good happens, I want her to be a part of that. You know, that's just me.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't know about you.
I already answered. So next one, you're able to work through conflict.
So, how many times have we discussed this?
Yeah.
We'll make this one quick, and I'll say it like this: it ain't always been easy. And it's still hard at times, but we definitely make it through conflict, and we are willing to always do it. We are always willing to fight and get through whatever it is that is going on. So, I like.
Yeah, it took time though. Like it over time, like you mature with how you're willing to handle the conflict because of past experiences. But you have like just even starting out a relationship. That's why I say perfection is an illusion. Sometimes I'm on social media and I'm watching people talk about things or seeing memes or seeing quotes or seeing captions, and it's like people are just like, oh, that won't be me, or I couldn't do that, or you're not gonna do this to me, or I'm out. And it's like, okay, do you want a relationship or do you want somebody you can pick up and put down when you feel like it?
Exactly.
Because that's just casually dating. So, like you can't get rid of yourself when you have an issue. And that's pretty much what you're committing to when you commit to have a life together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say a sign of a good relationship is being able to walk through conflict together.
Okay.
So the next one is you like each other.
Okay.
It's a given that you love each other, but do you like each other too? It may sound like a funny question, but it really isn't. Liking someone means that they're your person, friend, and soulmate, along with being your significant other. To me, that means that they enjoy each other's company, Bronstein says, and not every couple does.
Now, what's crazy about that is it is like big facts. It is very possible to love someone
and not like
and
them.
not like them. I think we all know.
You probably know at least one couple where you're like, I don't think they actually like each other.
And they old. It'd be an old couple.
And it's not always old.
Yes,
people.
it is. No, yeah,
although the younger ones I can think of are not together anymore.
They not. Yeah, they got it out the way. But I'm telling you, that old generation, the generation that was married, like you not leaving, we gonna stay married.
They weren't calling it quits.
Nope.
Those are the ones. Those that are hitting all these.
And that's it. And not only that. But they staying married to the point to where old dude gonna go have another family across town.
Okay, so the things about do you like them? There are some subtopics.
Tell me I'm lying.
You can't. That's not true. You can't imagine being with anyone else. They are your favorite person. You feel peace in your heart. Ooh. They feel like quote unquote home. You feel alive in their presence. You love having fun together, and you miss them when they are gone for longer than a day or so.
Trash.
And I stress longer than a day or so because Corey will be like, "Did you miss me?" And like I literally just saw him 2 hours ago.
She say, "Yeah, though." Trash. What's the other ones? I like some of them. They feel like home is really good.
Yeah.
You feel alive in their presence.
You can't imagine being with anyone else.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. And the more I think about it, I think all couples have that thought. What would I do if? And, it's a scary thought. As soon as you have it, you push it away. And, when I imagine a life that doesn't include Sharonda, there's no way in the world. Like, it would not work. I couldn't do it. I couldn't use somebody else. I couldn't give anybody else that type of access. I couldn't trust nobody the way I trust her. There's just no way it would happen. So I think that this is real. I love that.
Do you like each other? Yeah.
Sometimes.
That's a good one.
Sometimes.
Oh, okay.
What?
Sometimes.
I have to look. What Denzel say to his son on Fences? Liking your behind wasn't a part of the deal.
Oh, I forgot about that line. Yeah. Oof. Okay, next one. You have a deep connection. Couples in a healthy relationship have a solid connection with one another. It's the sort of thing where you could finish each other's sentences or know what the other person is thinking without having to say it.
How we do that?
Okay, it's right here.
Oh.
In black and white.
I wasn't reading.
Okay.
You check the tape.
This isn't just a surface level. There are people that feel some sort of energetic pull. It sounds cheesy, but it's so true, according to this profession.
That's true. Now, I'm going to start this by saying no homo. Or, how do you say it? Pause. Let me see. What was the start? Pause. I'll say it by saying. Okay, so, yes, it's important that you have those deep connections in relationships. Musicians have it too.
Okay. I know where he's going with this.
Musicians have it too. My cousin be watching us. His name is Anthony. And every now and then, even now when we're on the instruments, I'm on the organ, he's on the drums. It's like he know where I'm going before I get there, and we're locked. Now, back in the day when it was every Sunday, we didn't even have to look at each other. We knew who was going where what we were doing, because there was that. It's hard to explain, but that connection, the deep connection, was there.
Well, you're creating something together.
Yep. Now we didn't. We didn't. We we ain't gonna hug on each other, nothing like that.
Yes.
It was all music.
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is you're creating music together.
You're making faces.
I didn't make a face.
Okay.
Okay. I've heard you share this story a gazillion times.
I've never shared this.
That's not
This is
true.
Brand new. But our connection is real too, because I know what
I don't feel like we finish each other's sentences.
We do too.
Okay.
You don't think so?
No. Most of the time, you tell me I'm cutting you out.
You do. You cut me off all the time. Lord have mercy. And I don't think it has to be that you finish each other's sentences, but I could look at you from across the room and say she's ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Like I could tell, yeah, she's about had enough of this, and it's time to get up and wherever we at and go. Like we just have that deeper where we can feel what's needed and when it's needed. Now whether we choose to acknowledge it is another thing, because sometimes she might be ready, but I'm not, and that's just.
That's when you drive separately.
No, you better not leave. That's why she be. We finna have one car. Watch. Put an end to that.
Okay, next one. You're comfortable being vulnerable. Being vulnerable isn't always easy. After all, you're opening yourself up to judgment, shame, and other uncomfortable feelings. Couples in healthy relationships aren't afraid to open up to their partner, according to Bronstein. I hope I'm saying this person's name correctly.
Me too. You messing it up. It's Bronstein.
It's Bronstein.
Okay, so we probably could do a whole episode on vulnerability, because it means the same.
It's levels to it.
But it's levels to it, and it's much. I don't care what nobody says. It's harder for men, and I know I'm just the sexist guy. I don't understand it myself. But there's a part of me that really needs.
You always make a difference between
because there is. I don't care. There is. When it comes to being vulnerable, now you're different, because in the beginning of our friendship, you were definitely vulnerable.
Yeah.
But I hurt you.
Yeah.
That vulnerability. Then after that, it came.
You have to earn it.
It had the right, but then it was guarded extremely for years, and I got that. I understood that, and I was willing to fight through that. But with men, we especially, well, I won't go too deep. But with men, it's kind of hard for us to be vulnerable, and when we are allowed, or when we find our space where we can be vulnerable. That is the deepest level of trust that men can actually give, is when we can lay on you and just that I'm hurt right now. This is going on in my life, blah, blah, blah. Like that isn't normal. That's when you really know. Females, ladies, I'm going to put you on game real quick. If your man ain't telling you secrets, if he don't have moments where he's laying on you and saying, man, I'm telling you, I feel like this, or my feelings is hurt, or I'm crushed, or my heart, any inner feelings, and that he's not being vulnerable with you, you probably the side piece.
Okay. Oh, goodness.
You hurt my feelings earlier today.
Oh, my God. But that is a part of vulnerability.
Yes, it is.
Being able to say what the other person did, or even, diving deep on those things that you hold on to inside of yourself, in your mind, your innermost thoughts.
Yes.
Because can't read your mind. And so I need you to tell me out loud so that I know not to cross that line, or that this is a trigger for you, or just all the buzz things, all the buzzwords.
Absolutely. And it's not just a man thing.
No, it's a people thing.
It's a people thing and a professional thing. People in the professional realm Like, you can't go to work being vulnerable.
No,
you have to have your
I gotta have my guards up.
Yeah, your I's gotta be dotted, your T's gotta be. You gotta.
And
have
as much
it
as I want to smile and laugh and share a few personal stories, so I sound personable, you're still not getting every single part of me.
Yeah.
But I should be giving Corey every single part of me.
You should be.
Don't say it like that.
You're right. I'm sorry. You gonna give me every part?
Okay, you're being nasty.
No, I'm talking about mentally. You are disgusting. How dare you? Oh my God. What's the last one? What number was that?
You're able to weather tough times.
That's the same as the other one.
Couples who've been together for any length of time are likely to run into quote-unquote ruptures. Some ruptures are normal things like snapping at your partner after a bad day. And some are more detrimental to a relationship. What's outside of the acceptable range is major breaches of trust and betrayal. And for each couple, that can be different. Manano says, we're just going to put the link to the article in the caption.
That was funny.
I think I'm the one that posts the episodes.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you.
I thought you meant in the actual.
No, I didn't.
But I knew you was going to do it.
Sure.
So.
I can see that, especially when they say rupture moments. We've talked about weathering tough times, though.
We definitely have, and we have definitely weathered some.
And I would think that is like a sign of a healthy relationship. To ignore tough times is really just gonna just make you're crumbling from the foundation, and everything's gonna come tumbling down. Builds resentment, and like you can probably lose trust and things like that. Absolutely. So when you're able to, go from day to day or large things that impact the relationship, but I do feel like they kind of repeated one as a different thing.
They did. I think they started out. They was like, we gonna do
10, and then they got to the bottom and they were like, oh, let's say this a different one.
Let's say it different. But I'm telling you right now, both parties have to be in it 100% to ever make it through detrimental times. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, the next one is a little repetitive too. It says you don't resent each other. It's normal for couples to get caught up in what Manano calls negative cycles.
Who's this new person?
This is the other expert. They get into these feedback loops where the typical pattern is one partner will bring up a concern either in a critical, snarky way, and the other partner starts to get either defensive or counter-blaming. I do counter-blaming every once in a while. Don't sit there and nod like every once in a while.
No, yeah, that's a. I like that one. There was definitely.
I feel like it's a different way to say it. I wouldn't say you don't resent each other. I would say you don't rehash. Or.
It's the same, because if you're rehashing it, it's because it's still there. You have resentment.
That's true. Like, so, there's no point in me bringing up something from 8 years ago.
Exactly. You think you're done with that?
With what?
Bringing up stuff from 8 years ago.
I don't. I'm just a little petty. Especially because you hardly remember things, and I have to say,
And I think she knows I don't remember stuff, so I don't even know if the stuff she bring up is true.
I can go get a couple of journals right now, so you can read my fresh thoughts.
Okay, fresh thoughts. I'm gonna start another podcast called Fresh Thoughts.
Ooh.
Get on my nerves. It's gonna be fresh. Then.
Number 10 is you have a healthy sex life.
We can skip that one.
That's it.
This is a PG, and I don't want to give too much. I don't want to divulge into sexual things.
I agree. I'm just reading the article.
Do you think we have a sexy health thing?
You have a sexy health life?
Do you think? Do you think? Do you, do you think we have a healthy sex life?
I do.
What is healthy?
Oh, I closed it out because you said you didn't want to discuss it.
No, because I knew you were going to be uncomfortable. I was trying to help you, but I want to give you something to resent later. See what I did there?
The thing about a healthy sex life is that it is really bonding.
Mm-hmm.
It is not just a physical thing, it's an emotional thing also. And these couples are attracted to each other. They desire each other. They're flirty with each other.
Mm-hmm. Do we flirt?
Yes.
You think so?
Apparently you don't.
No, I do. I'm just teasing.
Okay.
No, we do. I think we have a healthy sex life. It ain't none of your business how often. I think it's more often than most. But I think the bottom line is that we notice each other. We are very flirty. We are very affectionate in front of our children, even, but not nasty.
No, but every time we hug each other, the Kirsten is coming from around the corner talking about kiss.
And I think it's important that we show them what love should look like,
so that they don't think it's weird.
Exactly. So I think our sexy health life is real.
Sexy health life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We definitely have a healthy sex life.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I feel like a couple of things are repetitive on the list, but I do think that the explanations behind them are kind of okay for what a signs of a healthy relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think it's good. And I know we weren't supposed to bring up red flags. I don't know where them rules was at, but
you're just like, that's a red flag.
Because it is. I'm telling you. I think it's good to read those things like these lists and compare your relationship and see where you stand with each other. Don't just be off in the corner by yourself looking at your looking at your significant other like, she resents me. I don't even like her right now. Don't make it a conversation. Y'all talk to each other. Walk through some of these things, man, and see where it's at. It doesn't mean your relationship is doomed because 7 out of the 10 are real for you and the other 3 ain't. No, y'all talk about it.
And your relationship may be totally different than the ones they're modeling their expertise off of. So.
Some experts probably ain't even married.
Well, I didn't look and see, so we don't want to accuse.
No, I'm not accusing.
Okay.
But they probably
okay.
Don't okay me.
All right.
So such words. They meant the same thing.
Yep.
And so did that one. How many ways can you?
Alrighty then.
That's 4. What does that mean with your foot? Are you trying to tell me to?
No, my foot's getting sleepy. Because I haven't been standing up and moving around.
Stand up right now.
No, thank you so much for joining us for another week of Until Forever.